The Cinelog30 V3 is a new drone by GEPRC. The selling point of this drone really is that you can leave behind the GoPro and stay under 250 grams while still capturing high quality cinematic footage thanks to the O4 Pro video system. In the box, GEPRC includes batteries and sticky pads, 3 of these canopies that are meant to protect the camera in black, orange, and gray. You get a spare set of props, these 3-inch paddle props, which are surprisingly quiet and not high-pitched like a lot of other props this size. You get a spare black prop protector. I really like this. It does not come with the LED strip like the orange one does, but they sell that separately, so you can add one in if that's what you want. I actually do this, and I'll show you my setup in a minute. GEPRC also includes a nice quick start guide to make sure you set everything up properly. Also, stickers. These stickers are really cool. These nice high quality stickers show a bunch of drones that GEPRC currently sells. Looking over the drone here, there's very little assembly required. You need to install the antennas into their slots and also install one of the camera covers. And that's it. So while you can get this drone under 250 grams, I struggled to stay under that number. I found my favorite battery to fly these with were these 4S 850 mAh batteries, and you'll definitely be over 250 grams with them. But who's really counting? And so my flight configuration is like this. I've got the black prop guards, I've got an ND filter installed, and I've made a small modification to the canopy to allow these ND filters to fit. But for some ND filters this won't be necessary. And you can see I have the LEDs bound to a switch. I really like how it looks with this black prop guard. It's kind of a whitish blue. It's nice to have it on a toggleable switch. It looks really cool flying around at dusk. People seem to get a kick out of it. So if you do like the black canopy more, I would get a spare LED strip and install it like this as well. So let's take a look at some of the footage from my initial flight. This is goggle DVR footage, so you can see the heads-up display. I've made some modifications to the default heads-up display, closer to something that I like. You'll see I forgot to change the default RSSI dBm alert. By default it triggers data flight at -60 dBm. I would recommend changing that to something like -90 or -100. I usually fly with my radio protocol set to 50 Hz, so I can get down to -120 dBm before I risk losing signal. So -60 is way too high. My initial impression is this drone flies very smoothly. The tune is great out of the box from GEPRC. I wouldn't suggest modifying their default tune. The drone's fairly quiet. I don't know if this is a result of really good tune or the paddle props that come pre-installed. I really like them. They have good grip. Feels like it has very good authority when flying. It's really stunning how good the O4 looks. I've flown other video systems and I just have such confidence in this video system. I've jumped ahead to the end of the flight here, and I just wanted to show that I'm at about 3.55 volts. I've been flying for 7.5 minutes. I probably could get another 2 minutes out of it. As you saw, I'm flying pretty casually, just kind of enjoying the high quality footage coming out of the drone. Here's a short clip where I can point out a couple things that I think this drone could do better. Here I'm just flying out over the ocean, and then I'm going to turn around and come back. One thing I'm missing in my heads-up display that I like to normally have is altitude. That's because the flight controller on this board doesn't have a built-in barometer, so you can't output your estimated altitude with this flight controller. That's something nice to have, and looking out over the ocean, it can be hard to tell how high you really are. You can see here when I turn around, I'm higher than I thought I was. So that's one thing that I wish this drone had. Another thing is, for a drone of this size and with this high quality video system, it really ought to come with a GPS by default. They're cheap, You can buy your own for about $10, $20. And having the fail-safe return to home feature on an investment like this is a really good idea. That's something I would recommend adding yourself if you get this drone. I did not add one for these flights, and thankfully I didn't need it, but if I had lost signal over the ocean, it would have just fallen out of the sky. The next portion of the video is going to include color graded footage from the DVR on the air unit. And you can see it's really just breathtaking how good this camera is. I really think for the average pilot, you no longer really need a GoPro to capture amazing shots. And being able to capture this kind of footage is what makes me excited for the future of this hobby. Most of my flights have been using 4S 850 milliamp hour batteries. This is what I would recommend for this drone. For casual cruising, you get about 8 minutes of flight time, which is really good for a cinematic style drone. Here I did a bit of light mountain cruising, mostly to show that this drone is very capable and it can push up over these mountains with no problem at all. This drone is just so versatile. So who is this drone for? Would I recommend this drone? This is definitely a cinematic drone. This is not a drone I would go take and try to do acro with. It's very capable and it could do it, but the first time you have a real crash, you're probably going to break something. The antennas like to pop out when this drone crashes, and I've seen people who have cut their antennas in crashes due to that. This drone is really meant to be a capable cinematic drone, while staying under 250 grams. If you're trying to fly indoors, I'd probably look for something smaller. It's too big for inside, but outdoors it's a very smooth flyer. The LEDs make for a very flashy drone, and it's really nice to not feel like you need a GoPro to capture high quality footage. So would I recommend this drone? I absolutely would. I think there's a market for this size drone. You can take it out on a camping trip or other kinds of vacations and not worry about being over 250 grams. It pretty easily fits into a backpack. I've been really liking GEPRC's products lately. In a future video I'll try to review their 5-inch drone. the D6 Vapor, which I also have. I think they've been making very impressive drones lately, and I would definitely recommend checking them out if you're in the market for a cinematic or acro drone. Let me know if you have any other questions or what you did or did not like about this video. This is kind of a different style of video for me. It's the kind of video I wanted to see when I was looking for drones. If you like this video or if you found it helpful, please like and subscribe the video. It helps me to know you want to see more content like this. If you want to see something different, let me know. Thanks for watching, and until next time, see ya.